I've been trying to refrain from videos like this because I don't like to upset anybody. So, um, I used to post about my prophecies a while back. Like when I did it about the C-19, and I told you guys all the schools would be closed, and the next thing you know, 2 weeks later, all the schools were closed. So there's a lot of different things. I don't know if you guys remember the video. You guys could probably find it. I think I made this video 2 or 3 years ago about the people in the green uniforms. They were wearing green uniforms, and I did not know what, and I even said in the video, I don't know who has that, because it was almost like they had the authority of the police, but it was like a green uniform, like a thicker material. So now with all the ICE stuff going on, I don't know what ICE wears. I'm wondering, because the dream that I had and the prophecy that I had was they were going into people's homes and pulling people out. So I'm wondering if that prophecy was about this, what's going on now. So now the latest prophecies that I've been having over the past 6 months are this, where there's literally going to be no help for anyone. Please, nobody get upset. I just want to, because it's like if it was me and somebody knew something that could help me, I would want them to tell me, right? You know how, like, oh, you can call for rental assistance if you can't pay your rent, or you can, go to a food bank, or you can go to, get emergency food stamps if you qualify. All of those things, they're not really going to be anymore. Any kind of financial aid for schooling, it's all gonna dissipate. Now keep in mind, this is YouTube, and YouTube does have guidelines. So let's say this is for entertainment purposes only. My opinion, entertainment purposes only. So literally, it's gonna be regular people that are helping their neighbors. It's gonna be regular people that are like, hey, listen, we got a lot of corn this year. I'm giving away corn. If you guys want to show up and get some, it's here. It's going to be things like that, where it's going to be your own community that's going to be helping you. I also see that there's going to be a lot of vigilante stuff, a lot of people being envious of their neighbors. There are just people who have that mindset of survival, right? Everybody's different. But some of us just came out of the womb with that survival instinct, right? To where we're like, hey, you know what? Maybe I better double up and triple up on this. Oh, this is on sale. Let me, I might need to use it. So if you guys do see big sales on things and you can afford to stock up, I would do that. It's better to have than not to have. Prices have gone sky high on everything, but this is the tip of the iceberg. You guys have not seen anything yet. Things will not, and I'm not doing a blame game. I'm not doing any of that stuff. He won fair and square, right? So this is what the majority wanted, and this is what we have, right? Because that's what this country is about. We elect our officials that we want. Everybody has a right to get who they want in office. Everyone has that right. So whatever, we made our bed, so now we got to lie in it, right? So there's going to be a lot of ups and downs, highs and lows, but mostly lows. So you just get past those times, right? But what is going to happen is it's kind of like a beautiful dress that's made. You have to put each stitch in perfectly. It's a beautiful gown. There could be, different types of materials used. There's lace, there's this, there's satin, there's silk, there's this, all sorts of stuff. Imagine you make a beautiful dress, and then somebody comes in and they remove this stitch from over here. And then I think I'll remove this stitch from over there. And then I'm going to remove this stitch from, the whole dress is going to fall apart. So now the next person that comes in to fix it, they might say, what the hell? We're going to have to throw this whole thing away and start over. So there will be no starting over until 2029, 2030. So this will be the reality until then. And I am in no way talking bad about anybody. I am just talking about the reality of life. Now, let's say if somebody else would have been, does that mean that none of this would have happened? We don't know. probably the same thing would have happened. So I am in no way blaming, you know who. I'm just saying that this is the reality of what it's going to be. So if you are a person who is, falls under the category of someone who needs assistance and you are getting $1,000 a month in food stamps, you should probably stock up on non-perishables and fill up your freezers with meat, because you may not be getting that $500 to $1,000 in food stamps every month. Just, so you probably shouldn't use that to buy, candy and soda, and, you probably should. And I am in no way saying that people who get assistance, that's what they're doing with it. I'm just saying that if you are lucky enough to still be getting benefits, you better stock up on macaroni and pasta sauce. If you got a deep freezer, you better start, buying in bulk and putting that stuff away. If you have the financial means and you're not on assistance, you should probably start stocking up. But everybody do what you want to do. Do what you want to do. Again, about the assistance, for those of you that were getting, financial aid for schooling, there may not be continued financial aid. So I would still keep going to school and whatnot and use up whatever financial aid you do have, because it may not be around for much longer. There's a lot of things that are being removed. It's like I said, it's like that, what is it, Jenga? If you move the wooden piece, the whole thing could fall. So it's like right now we're on shaky ground. A few more little pieces being moved, everything's gonna fall. There's gonna be a lot of people that say that's not my problem. But the middle class is hanging on by a thread right now. So one more little piece moved, we only have 2 classes. It's already getting there. And desperate times call for desperate measures. Now, there is going to be more people, the news is going to be it's going to be more focused on the economy than it is about crime. So how like the news is all about crime and what goes on and all that, that kind of stuff. You're going to be seeing a lot less of that being covered, because it's just going to be the norm. It's going to be like, okay, same stuff, different day. Okay, we've heard the same story. It's going to go to the economy. It's going to be all about the economy next. There's going to be a lot of natural disasters, but it's going to be like every man for themselves the next 1 year. And, until there's a change. But there's going to be a lot of people trying to do distractions because they don't want people focused on the economy. They don't want people focused on the grocery store prices, which you think they're high now. Give it 3 more weeks. Yeah. So if you, and again, I'm not fear mongering. I'm just saying, like, if you think that everything is expensive now, if you have the finances to do so, I would stock up on staples now while they're cheap. And I know you guys are like, no, Jamie, nothing's cheap. Again, while they're cheap. Because in 3 weeks, you're going to be like, wow, I wish the prices could go back to what they were right now. So just, let that sink in. And again, not fear mongering, just stating what it is. So yeah, I do see a rise in people voluntarily leaving the country as well. Like people who maybe are not legally allowed to be here. It looks like they're going to probably self-deport, because they're going to be like, wow, it costs too much money over here. Yeah. So I just wanted to give you guys that update without like saying too much. Hopefully you guys can read between the lines. Yeah. And just, be prepared. Be mentally prepared, be emotionally prepared, but above all, be as financially prepared as you possibly can be. Christmas is coming. If there are large items that you were planning to buy during Christmas, you should probably buy them now, or you already should have. I would not wait, because the next 3 weeks, everything's going up. Whatever you need to get it. All right, JamieSeaver23.com to talk for now. Love you long time.